Great insights from Brewer. Great insights.
Mhm.
I mean, that was right there worth the price of admission.
What's the mission?
Admission is listening this far into the episode.
Hot water machine. Oh, there's a little redness of it. Oh! But yeah, it really helps.
The Donald Duck intro. I always have to have that one somewhere in the bank now that it is fully set up again from new. Whole new sound bank. Yay, yay, yay. My computer died recently. So working on a new system.
R.I.P.
Yep. R.I.P. indeed. Well, welcome to another episode of Use Your Words Podcast. I'm joined once again by Mr. Older, because I just had a birthday, Johnson, over here.
Yeah.
Who has found his inner 2-year-old and is now mesmerized by Rubik's Cubes.
Yeah, they're fun.
We have Mr. Josh Brewer. I have holes in my arm. It looks like he does drugs because of his dog. He's looking around. He's like, yeah, I'm just looking for them. And I'm Paul, unable to speak English in even best circumstances. Because
even best, or yeah.
You want to say
nope?
You want to take over that title from me,
nope,
Mr. Johnson?
If I keep talking, I will.
Well, Mr. Johnson, in honor of your birthday having been yesterday from the point of origin of us recording, not from the point of origin of this releasing.
Okay.
Because this isn't going to release till June.
Okay.
And this is still May. So it's post your birthday, way past Mr. Westplate's birthday over here, and pre my birthday at the time of recording. I do that just to see if he'll react.
My brain has had enough for the morning, and that wasn't even a lot.
As I say, no, that wasn't a lot.
That was very easy to understand.
And it's not the morning; it's the afternoon now at this point, because we are after 12.
No, what?
What, Mr. Johnson?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I do have a good announcement for you in that regard.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
So, in honor of your birthday, I decided we will do a full episode of Aaron's Words of the Week.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I knew that was coming.
I'm kidding.
Oh.
There will be no Aaron Words of the Week this month of June.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate your birthday.
Josh isn't coming up with any. So good.
And
Because you did last time.
And even if he does, guess what? I maintain full control of the edits.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You can take that out.
Unless I come up with one that is so good, Paul just can't resist.
It won't be.
No, my birthday gift to him this month is
Boom.
not to do that. But anyways,
Boom.
Aaron he's like, you know what we should do? We should talk about birthdays and our
lives and friendships.
So that got me thinking. Up. I was like, you know what? It was Aaron's 25th birthday. And Josh, you may remember this. You remember what originally I was planning to do for Johnson's?
Yes.
I figured
I actually was going to ask you, and I was like, wait, Paul, was the idea this year or wait, was it last year? Because if it was last year, holy crap, a whole year has already passed.
No, it was supposed to be for its 25th because I talked to you about a year ago.
Yeah.
And I figured today would be a good day to reveal that to Mr. Johnson.
Yeah.
You don't even know if I want to hear it.
No. Actually, I'm not going to tell you what I think your reaction is going to be. Let's see what it's going to be.
Well, that's the goal.
And now I'm going to preface it with this. Part of the reason why it didn't happen
is because I was going to sell my bike.
Yes.
I still haven't sold it yet.
That's part of the reason. If you had never injected that little piece into the equation, it would have happened.
Even with COVID?
It would have been delayed a little bit due to COVID. Okay. But at the same time, right now, there are a lot of national parks and that are open, so this could have happened.
What the heck?
Yeah.
So,
a lot of national parks just opened up, and actually, a lady got attacked by a bison when they reopened Yellowstone, which I find hilarious.
You find it hilarious that people get attacked by wild animals, get maimed and gored and hurt.
It just shows that we were never meant to be stupid with nature. I mean, if you're in your vehicle and you're not out taking pictures and trying to get too close to something that is wild, technically you'd have no issue.
Technically.
So what
But if you get out and you try to take pictures of nature and get too close and they
Does-
find you as a threat, well, what's going to happen?
So what I've learned here today, Johnson, Brewer is a sociopath. Doesn't care if people get injured.
I do care if people get injured. I do feel bad for the person who gets injured. But if you are in your vehicle and somehow the bison's able to rip the door off, pull you out, and stampede you, then wow, that's bad. But if you're outside your vehicle and you try to get too close to get that cool shot that you want to post on Instagram and Facebook and stuff and get all the likes, well, I mean,
What
at
if
that
it's
point, you're kind of
professional
asking.
photography?
I
What
was
if
gonna say-
Professional photography, yes, but at the same time, if you're-
Professionals don't even have to get anywhere close. They use
They
optical
don't.
zoom.
that's what I was going to say. They have $2,
Yeah.
$3, $4, $10,000 lenses that get, make it look like they're right there.
That's a really good photographer.
Anyways, I thought this would be a good thing to record just to get Johnson's reaction from this
I
fully.
don't even.
So
I'm going to regret this so much.
why are you going to regret
I
this?
just know it. That I mentioned selling my bike. That's what I'm going to regret. I know it.
Really, Johnson? You're
'Cause
playing
it's-
with your Rubik's Cube?
I'm making a cute design.
Very audible.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
I mean, I'm listening to
Yeah. It's very audible.
All right, there it is. Things
So-
make noise. Okay.
Okay. So I want to we'll set this up. Remember we were on a trip somewhere. I believe what wasn't it? It wasn't Dallas. Or what?
Which one?
Because we were at a place with a hot tub. Trying to remember which trip this was. We were on a trip.
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
That's the trip you guys were on.
Oh, yes, it was. It was Michigan.
Was it talking about the art one?
No, it had to be sooner than that.
You guys have been to Michigan a few times.
Couple
Yeah.
times.
Well, anyway, I forget which trip it was exactly, but it was one where we were in a hot tub. I remember that because there was a hot tub area.
Wow.
And we were talking about something, and I remember I texted Brewer. I was like, Brewer, I need your help with Aaron's 25th birthday.
I
And-
remember you texting me. Is everything okay? Are you dying?
Yeah, that was the next part. And then that's when Brewer kind of was like, are you dying? What's going on?
And then I totally went with that. Oh,
So, Mr. Johnson, here was the original plans.
oh no.
And again, and I preface this with this, that as soon as you said, I'm thinking of selling the bike, the plans died
Just-
at that point.
all bets were off.
All bets were off, and I canceled my plans. So here was the plans.
Oh.
The plan was, without you realizing it, so I was going to have it's not that hard to be sneaky around you. And it's like
You would probably see something weird going on with me because I would have been helping him get set up with it. But continue.
Yes.
That's the only hint he would have gotten. He's
Yeah,
like,
but at the same time, I could walk an elephant through this room right now and he wouldn't notice.
Probably. I'm pretty oblivious.
I mean, he would not notice the elephant, but he would notice the mouse.
Yeah, exactly. No, he would notice the spider on top of the mouse.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty accurate.
So my request to Brewer was for him to help me learn to ride a motorcycle.
no freaking way.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm like, Paul, wait. Paul, are you okay? Because last time I remember talking to you, you said you had nothing you wanted to do with motorcycles.
I was willing to do this for this guy's 25th birthday.
Oh my goodness.
And the goal was on your 25th birthday, go for like a little road trip with like camping, like in some state parks and that.
Oh,
But as soon as you said, I'm thinking of selling the bike, I was like, oh, well, bets are off now.
don't have to do it. That's it. Oh, that would have been freaking sick.
And that's why he asked, are you dying?
Like, wait, what is Paul? Why
We're
is
going on
Paul
one
making?
last hurrah.
Because I didn't know if he didn't tell me the idea at first, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? Why is Paul making a quarter of a century birthday such a big deal? What's going on?
Oh, this is my last birthday. That's why.
So
I mean, we can still do it.
No,
I mean, you don't have to ride a motorcycle.
no,
though. I mean,
you're like I'm thinking of some of my bike. So since you're like that, I was like, all bets are off.
I ain't
We're
riding no
we're done.
motorcycle.
like we're done. I was willing to do it for one
What
thing.
were you gonna just like? Well, obviously you're not gonna buy a motorcycle.
You never know.
He could have bought one of those. He could have bought a pup bike for
Could've.
$1,000. You know, just something for him to
True.
get used to, and then for the trip, he could have rented one.
Yeah.
Out of this, besides you, he has the money to simply rent a motorcycle.
Yeah, I do.
Which is very true.
I definitely would have promoted the idea of him getting like $1,000 bike where he doesn't have to like do any maintenance to it, and he just lets it run into the ground, just so he gets comfortable with riding.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Johnson, that was originally what was supposed to be happening for your 25th birthday. Why are you stabbing yourself in the
Because I
leg?
regret saying that now.
And I want to sell my bike now. Now it's not even worth keeping. Dang it. That would have been so.
And I told
That's
you
so
I would
fun.
tell you what my plans were after your 25th birthday. Well, it's now past your 25th
It is
birthday,
past.
and I was able to get on audio. It's just your utter
Mm.
no.
Dang, that would have been epic.
and it would have been a very big surprise for
That
you.
would have been huge.
Okay, Trump.
So huge. Oh. Well, I mean, what if I pay for your motorcycle classes?
Oh, the question.
And we're past your 25th. You only turn
26th
25.
birthday.
Nope. It has to be a big milestone.
All right,
Quarter
fine,
of
50.
a central. Quarter of a central.
Quarter of a central.
Quarter of a century is a big milestone.
We'll do it
Especially
when I'm 50.
when you're 50. Great. I'll be 62.
I'm so glad you can do math.
Why are you glad I can do math?
Because for whatever reason, I just took 50 plus 30, and I was like, that's Paul's age, right? I turned 50.
First off, I'm older than 30.
I know. Well,
I'm going to be 37 this week. So that's first off. Secondly,
my mind is not running well enough right now to do anything. I don't know why. It's not like I didn't get any sleep. I slept till about 10.
yeah, well, that's what happens, when you get older. It's just things start falling apart. Welcome to the old age. You can ask Mr. Brewer for a primer on what it's like to be a 90-year-old man.
You have no idea how much I thank you for inviting us over to your place. Because Scout slept so well.
So well last night.
he got home.
That's good.
We took him out, put him to bed at midnight, right? Got up at 5 to let him out. So he went like 5 hours. Okay. We went back to bed, and he was still wanting to sleep at 9 o'clock when we got up.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
He was a tired pup.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mr. Johnson just turned 25. Mr. Brewer last month turned
90.
90.
42, actually.
Wow, he's getting younger. I'm
Benjamin
impressed.
Button. That's
He's our Benjamin Button.
I was on the phone with my uncle and my great uncle, and I go, so I hear you're now 38. He goes, well, yearly I'm 83, but maybe I am still 38.
oh
So your great uncle's younger than you. Got it.
yes.
That's a well-known fact right there.
Yep.
Congratulations. But so what does it feel like now, Mr. Johnson, to be 25, be a 25-year-old with responsibilities, a job,
What are those?
a life, maturing?
What are all of these things that you're talking about?
Do you want to wax poetics about getting older?
What? What? A wax? What? I've never heard that before.
Okay, apparently we are going to have a word of the week.
Oh no! All right, what is it? What is that? What the heck is that?
So
Is that one word?
no.
Oh,
no,
I was
no,
like,
no,
what?
no. I'm trying to think. How do you say that?
I don't know.
It's like talk, converse, ruminate, conversation.
What is that?
Use your words.
Hey,
Yeah, exactly. Wax poetic. usually revolves around like politics and music and all that sort of stuff. But it's like what do you think about as you're getting older? Wax poetics. Talk about your maturing process.
Oh. Ooh. So stop it. Man.
It also means to become increasingly verbose. To speak in an increasingly verbose manner, as if constructing poetry.
Oh, really good dynamic there.
So,
what I learned that I spent too much money for a bottle of Scotch whiskey that is very good, but I would probably not spend that much to get it again.
Yeah, $100 bottle.
No.
$200 bottle.
No.
Johnson. 300.
Almost.
Almost on the low end or the high end?
High.
250.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No.
I thought you meant you say I have to go higher.
You have to go higher than 300.
350?
Yeah.
You bought 100 milliliter.
750 milliliter.
Bottle. $350 whiskey.
Scotch whiskey.
Scotch whiskey. And this is the Johnny Walker Blue label?
The Port Ellen ghost.
And you had this last night?
Cracked it open well, technically this morning.
After I left?
Yep.
I take back your happy birthday.
Right.
So,
well, it wasn't even like a thought. But then as Nico, Sam, and I were hanging out downstairs, I don't know where the conversation went to make me think, you know what? Screw it. We're opening it up. Oh, again, I don't know how we're talking about. We were talking about, I thought Nico had mentioned that he had Brend or something like that save a bottle like that for a year or so, and they thought it'd still be really good or better.
Okay.
Since it sat for a while, but they said it was awful. So I was like, great. So then I was like, you know what? I've had that thing. I think I've had it for about a year or two at most.
So the question is, though, did you have it out in the open or did you keep it in the box?
It was kept in the box.
Which is how it's supposed to be then. If it's because I'm assuming that's a clear bottle.
No.
Oh, it's not a clear bottle?
You can.
It's like, is it like
see through it, but it's tinted blue.
Okay, so the tinted blue, because that's why they tint like bottles brown and that's to keep out UV rays to keep it better.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if blue will do that same sort of deal or not.
I have no idea.
So what you learned is that you spend too much money on things that are useless. On luxuries that are pointless. Okay.
So I learned that. Granted, if I had that much money to throw away, then I'd buy it again. But I don't.
Yeah, especially being a Velpert.
Yeah.
and that's not like I'm making fun of you or anything, but I'm saying it's not like, you're working a 6. Okay. Yeah, I see how dark blue that is. That's probably blocking out some of that light. But it's not like you're making 6 figures where you can just turn around and be like,
I want that to drink tonight.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So
it
was very good.
I could probably get one of those a week.
Yeah. So
I'm kidding. I cannot. That would be way outside my budget.
I'm going to your place now. But
what else are you learning about getting older, sir?
Well, my body's starting to fail me. That's what I'm learning.
Already at 25?
Oh yeah.
Welcome.
How?
Welcome. The one that's
Okay.
The most fit in the room.
I'd say in reality, Brewer, you're 24.
I know, but I feel old.
I joke about you being an old man, but come on now. Don't make it so easy.
He said welcome.
I in all honesty, ever since I stopped wrestling, I just feel, I don't know, I just feel
You're not keeping that.
Yeah, I'm not keeping it. When I was in wrestling, I hated wrestling because I was always having to push my body.
Yeah.
But now that I'm not wrestling, it's like, I'm a mini Aaron now.
Yep.
But I feel like I'm older than him, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
So in other words, Brewer's going to die by the time he's 30 due to old age.
That's what he told me I was going to do.
And you're going to live to 99.
Right. I don't think I'd want to live that long.
Why not?
Because that's a long time.
Yeah, it is, but it's
And then I'm not going to be able to do anything.
well, you never know. Maybe
I'm
by
gonna
then
sit in a
you'll have
chair.
no, because maybe by then they'll give you artificial legs and all that. So essentially, you'll be
Won't that-
ahead. You'll be ahead on a robot.
Wouldn't I have to be able to afford that?
Maybe you'll invent a new way of doing hook and loop that no one has thought of before.
All right. Well, now I better get my mind going.
But anyways, so you were talking about how you're feeling. Your body's failing you. How's your body
Yep.
failing you now that you're older?
Hurts. Well, and I mean, no,
It hurts. Expound upon that.
but it's not really. It is my fault, but it is not my fault. But it is my fault. But obviously, my arms get pissed off.
Okay, yeah.
So due to freaking stupid motorcycle accident.
Yeah, it's that
Blech.
one's not so much under your control at this
No.
point.
Yeah. So that is annoying. I don't know. Maybe it's probably part of the changing in the weather and stuff a lot, but I've been, especially my right hand. Oof.
Yeah.
It's been hurting. That's it in that aspect.
Oh,
So it's nothing. Like I said, when I was saying earlier, I was like, I need to get a new bed because man, that thing is older than I am.
yeah. You
So
need to
it's-
replace that then.
It's time for a new bed.
You need to replace that then. Beds last
'Cause-
maybe at most like 10 years.
Oh, really?
Unless you're a featherweight like Josh.
No. Oh, no.
Us heavier guys, we need to replace our beds more often.
More often because we really just pack it in and wear it in
And break the springs and
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, in this, like my bed is literally just the mattress on the floor.
Yeah, but the mattress is what has the springs.
No, like even the top part. I thought it was just like the bed.
No,
Or
so
had the-
you have your bed frame,
I
You
don't
have-
have a bed frame.
you have your box spring, and then you have your mattress, but there's springs inside the mattress.
Oh, I thought that was just the box.
No.
Oh, well, learn not. I'm learning still, even though I
Things
don't
you
have I don't have it all figured out yet.
well, you are still under 30, and therefore, as a
Yeah.
man, you are an idiot until you're 30.
Yes.
So,
So now I have an excuse.
Congratulations. congratulations, Mr. I almost called you Mr. Brewer.
Oh,
Mr. Johnson, you have an excuse for why you are all
yes.
Um,
Because I'm not 30 yet.
exactly. That's the only reason why. But yeah, that's in reality it. What else are you learning, and what else is failing you now that you are? And I'll get to the next question after this. I just want to hear as your what your level up in life is like.
Oh, great. Well, I think this whole quarantine thing has had well, I didn't. Well,
What?
not even thinking about it at first until recently. Like, just mentally, even though I still go to work, there's a huge like decline in like activities outside of work for getting together with people.
Yeah.
And just that decline, I feel like has messed with me.
Also,
I don't know, man. I like it.
well,
Well, and most of the thinking always still happens at work, which is annoying. But it's just like I think about things so much more now. I don't.
and that's a bad thing.
Yes.
Why is it a bad
I
thing?
hate thinking. Because
Yeah, here's a little secret here, Mr. Johnson.
yeah,
Most people, as they mature,
yeah.
they start thinking about things more.
Oh,
I say
no.
most people. There's still a lot of people. No. There's still a lot of people out there that are very much like I would say childish. And I didn't get my way, so therefore I'm going to throw a temper tantrum.
Oh.
Trump
Yeah,
won,
no.
and I don't like Trump. I read an article today. This lady said, if Joe Biden boiled babies and ate them, I would still vote for him over
for
Trump.
Oh,
And
I
I-
saw that this morning.
I was like, what the
That's
heck?
disgusting. Why?
They're not willing to even thinking about that. So, like I said, as most people age, they start pondering these things. Because guess what? One of the reasons why is as you get older, when you're young, okay, Brewer's in his 90s, so past this now.
Yeah.
But most people, like when you're in your early 20s, you think you're invincible. Especially when you're a teen or your early 20s, you're like, I'm invincible. I can do whatever. I can dive off this building and I can climb up the slide pole, which apparently I found out our friend's kid, the Peterson kid, The oldest son, he got in trouble one time as a middle schooler for climbing a light pole in the parking lot at the school.
That doesn't surprise me
No.
at all.
And the thing is, like, what was funniest about those, they called the school called the mom, and she's like, okay. And they got upset at her because she wasn't
She didn't
upset.
care.
She's like, I expect this from a middle school boy.
That was like the time when I got
was like,
taken home in
yeah.
a cop car.
It's like, yeah, middle schoolers are going to be stupid. They're going to do things because they think they're invincible. High schoolers, young adults, young 20s, they take a lot of risk and do all that. But as you get older, you start realizing, I'm not invincible. I can't just go and,
Yeah.
dive off a building onto sharp, jagged rocks and be okay. I'm going to get injured.
I'm not going to bounce off.
I'm going to get injured, and it takes longer to heal. And so you start contemplating. One of the first things usually people start contemplating as they get older is, the fact that they are not going to be young forever. Their mortality. What are they going to do? What's their legacy they're going to leave behind? What is it that people remember about them? And some people, they dwell on it so much, I will admit, that it becomes like a quarter life crisis now. So there used to be midlife crises. Now there's quarter life crises. And I hope you don't have a quarter life crisis. But it's okay to be thinking about things as things come along, to think about things deeper. Because honestly, once you start analyzing things as they come, you're not just living and going through your life like la. It's now you can actually be involved in your life.
I don't like being involved.
Still take the time to have fun and enjoy games and that.
Oh yeah.
Do stupid things once in a while. Still, I will.
I'm gonna.
We need, for entertainment value for everyone else, people to do dumb things. Okay, that's just how it is.
I'm in that business.
But
Maybe, probably not.
It's not a bad thing to be thinking about things more.
Yeah. Well, it's weird because like I'm sorry. My goodness. So, I feel like a lot of things I've been thinking about can be stuff for the other topics, but I mean, one being like just the faith aspect of stuff, and then there's what what am I actually going to try and do or I guess is there any sort of plan for me to do anything besides work at Speed Tech? I did. Wait, no, I think I already brought that up. Yeah, I already did. About the whole, I'll be a traveling salesman for Speed Tech when I go out on a tour with the band.
Sure.
So I'll run that one by the boss. But because I had talked to like the supervisor guy about it. Well, basically just my normal boss at work, but he was like, not actually a bad idea. I was like, yay. So we'll see what happens with that. If that ever even happens.
I say first your band has to
be able to go on a tour.
Be able to go on a tour.
Your band first has to have a mode of transportation to go on a tour.
Oh, we do. I mean, we can drive separately.
Oh, you didn't tell Brewery yet. You're taking his edge.
Yeah. Well, I'll just give you the cutlass and I'll drive that.
I don't know how you're going to do that.
Huh? What do you mean? How?
I don't have an edge.
Yeah, you do.
Escape, whatever.
Oh,
Escape.
frick.
It's smaller.
It's a vehicle.
Yeah.
You're taking his Ford.
It's a Ford. Why would I do that if I wanted to get from A to B?
That is true. Why would you do that?
It has a platinum warranty on it.
Okay, I'll take it.
Does the platinum warranty include accidental damage?
Does any warranty besides insurance cover that, Paul?
Yes.
I don't know. That's it.
Not for vehicles, maybe, but for other things, yes. My new computer comes with that.
It's a computer.
We should change the game up and do that with vehicles.
Oh, you're gonna lose so much money.
I know.
I'm not.
By accidental damage, I mean intentionally accidental.
Yeah.
I got a story for you guys on that, but that's a whole nother topic.
Oh boy,
sick. But
so, what else are you thinking of? What else are you thinking on?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know how. Well, I do know how to go about saying this. I feel like this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me overthinking, getting too caught up in thinking.
Okay.
But I feel like I don't know why I don't want to say it, but I do. But I don't.
Just say
You're
it.
like a super selfish person. And I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. But at the same time, because I see like some people go out and talk about how, they need to focus on themselves and give themselves what they deserve and not take anything less than what they think they deserve.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, yeah, there's a point where you can obviously take care of yourself, do what you need to do for yourself at times. But I feel like we as people don't really deserve that much anyway. As a whole. A lot of the time. At least not what we think we should. I feel like we like to get greedy with a lot of stuff. But I don't know.
I can agree with that.
So I'm just trying to think. For me, I don't want to. I tell myself, or I say that I don't want to like focus on taking care of myself. That sounds bad. I mean, I'll take maybe take care of myself. I don't take care of myself physically, as you can see.
I got no room to judge.
Which I don't know. I always want to, but then it's just like food, pretty freaking great. That and now that one of the gyms by us is forever closed down, that's just one less gym. I feel like I can't go
experience.
to. Yeah.
Yeah, and 24 Hour Fitness, chain wide, they're filing for bankruptcy.
Wait, who? What?
24 Hour Fitness, it's a big national gym chain.
Oh,
And because of COVID and Corona, they may have, I should say, they may have to file for bankruptcy. They're mulling it over. Like they may just shut down their operations because they've just lost so much money.
wow.
So
That
that's
buffet
awful.
down in Florida that Amy wanted to go to, that her and I went to, and you and Cooper had to go to some Cuban restaurant.
Oh yeah.
They're shutting down completely.
yeah,
Yep. No more sweet tomatoes.
yeah. So
Aw,
there's businesses all shutting down. But
that sucks.
anyways, that was the comment of you taking care of yourself.
Yeah. So I just feel like I would rather, I don't know, put more time into other people more than just myself. But then I feel like, think about it, but do I do a lot of it? Probably not. It's
Okay.
more of just a thought.
So I have a comment on that.
Oh no.
And don't worry,
Alright.
Brewer, your turn's coming up with all this.
Yes. I'm kidding.
So I do have a comment on this. And the reason,
want to hear it? I'm
and
kidding.
here's the thing: the reason I have a comment on this is because I learned this the hard way myself.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm not commenting as saying Johnson, you idiot. I'm commenting.
do.
I'm commenting as someone as I used to think like that,
Mm-hmm.
and then I learned real quickly, not through good ways, that that's a bad way of thinking. So there's a phrase, and I don't know who originally said it, but essentially the gist of it is, in order for you to take care of others, you have to take care of yourself first.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's that.
So whether that be taking care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever, if you're not able to take care of yourself, if you're not in a good spot, there's no way you have the energy, the mental fortitude, the emotional strength to be able to help others.
Yeah.
And if you are constantly trying to help others, let's say Josh was just this continuous wreck of a person. Okay.
He's got
not-
a grumpy face on right now, so I don't know.
He's not a continuous wreck of a
No,
person.
he's not.
Just like all of us, he's had his good times, his bad times. We've all been there, done that, had good and bad times. But let's just say he was just continuously a wreck, right? And Aaron over here just want to constantly be that rock for him, be the one to be there emotionally for him, support him through everything. He could do that for a while, and you could do that for a good chunk. But eventually, what's going to happen? You're gonna run dry yourself. You're going to be emotionally drained. You're going to be physically drained, especially if you're not taking care of yourself, eating right, sleeping, exercising, just in some form, just
Mhm.
moving around, getting sunlight, etc. Emotionally, mentally dead inside. And if you can't help yourself then at that point, because you were just so drained and you were just doing everything for Josh, eventually you won't be able to do anything for Josh.
Nope.
So it's not really selfish to say to Josh, hey, I need a day to take care of myself here.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, you have to figure out a way to cook mac and cheese on your own. I got to do this for myself. I got to do this today. I need a break day. That's not selfish.
No, it's not.
It's actually, I would actually say it's more detrimental for you to try to force your way through to help the other person and not take care of yourself.
Oh, for sure.
There is a point where you're sacrificing too much at that point.
Mm-hmm.
It's that balance.
Yeah.
So in that regard, I would say it's not selfish. And maybe if you think of it as selfish, then be selfish a little bit. Take that time, take those days to say, I'm sorry, Josh, not tonight.
I'm not going to play GTA with you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You don't have a choice.
Uh-oh.
He's not married to you. I have the gift to, I have the gift to prove you too, Petty Jar Cake.
I know how to get into his house.
You do?
Yeah.
I mean, I know how to get into your house.
As long as he doesn't break into your house and spoon you in the middle of the night, you're good.
That'd be a little freaky.
Guess what he's doing tonight?
Nico and I are going to try to do that together.
Great.
Oh, that'd be so hilarious. That'd be so hilarious. You just wake up and Nico and I are looking over you.
Enforcer is the beard. Enforcer is the beard.
He's too excited about this.
Yeah. So, but that's what I have to say about that.
No,
but,
yeah, it's. I guess. Yeah, I probably don't put that. Well, because I've.
But while you're still thinking about this, the whole concept of what you're talking about, like I deserve this and all that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is being selfish in that regard. That's going way too far. You know, you don't deserve right out of college that 6-figure salary. You don't deserve that new car. You don't deserve this or that just because you're a good person. I'm sorry, Karen. Go away.
I'm sorry, Karen. Leave.
Or if you're a male, I'm sorry, Chad. Go away.
Somebody called me a Chad the other day. Yesterday. Well, I stopped at this place and picked up some chocolates. And I had recognized a couple of people that pulled up.
Did you ask to speak to the manager?
No. And I waved to him, but I mean, I was on the bike, so I had my helmet, my glasses on. I was like, maybe they just don't recognize me on the bike. And someone like, yeah, you probably just looked like some Chad hopping on your Harley and stuff. I'm like, shut up. Just thinking you can wave and talk to whoever. I'm like, oh.
And it's better than being called a Karen.
I'll take it.
Although that's considered a slur now by people.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, go figure.
Yeah. It's probably the same dear lady that considers it a slur. But if you don't know who the dear lady is, just Google Twitch dear lady and enjoy.
You'll find out real quick.
And when I say enjoy, I mean cry a little inside when you read it.
Yeah, I didn't I didn't need to open up the link that you sent, because just reading that, I was just like, oh no.
Oh no, there's other fun stuff in there. But regardless,
I will.
But so did you finish your thoughts on what you're thinking about?
I don't know
about being selfish though and everything.
Yeah, I guess this time there's been a lot of time to really sit and think about, all right, who's this Aaron dude that I'm stuck inside?
Well, look, we have whole branches of study called philosophy about people analyzing what is the nature of the universe, what is the nature of man, what is the nature of themselves. There are people who just sit there and contemplate and think through logically what this concept of self is. So you're not doing it professionally, you're not writing papers on it, but there's nothing wrong with doing that. Man has always asked that question: who am I? What am I doing? Why am I doing it?
Who am I? That's a good song by Casting Crowns.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. So,
what were you going to say? I'm done.
You're done? Okay.
Yeah.
Brewer!
Oh, yay.
Look at that. It's Mr. Brewer's turn. Yeah, it's your turn. Because you recently had a birthday too, sir, within a
month or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 13th of April.
Yeah. So it's not, we skipped you a little bit, but we still get to come back to you now that you have been married. You've had a birthday. You've had your first child.
Yep.
A dog. So you're working at the triplets.
Yeah. It's practice.
Yep.
Very easy practice.
Oh yeah. When the triplets bite, then that's going to be bad for him.
Yeah.
But regardless,
I'm not gonna invite you over and have you bring your
Kids.
triplets.
Kids are not on the radar anytime soon.
That's what everybody always
yeah, that's what my
says.
mom said too. Surprise! I'm here.
That's what Aaron's parents said too.
Uh-huh. Are
At
you
least dad.
Are you noticing a trend here, Mr. Brewer?
Stuff happened.
I noticed nothing.
So, Mr. Brewer,
Yes.
now that you are 24,
Uh-huh.
now that you're older, what have you learned? What have you learned as you've grown older that you wish you could maybe tell your younger self?
Ooh.
Not to expect adults to actually act like adults.
Yeah, how does that feel?
I kid you not. So
Oh no! All right.
when I was in high school, I'm like, oh, okay, it's kind of expected, everybody to act the way they acted. Then I got to college, and I'm like, oh, okay, everybody still got like that. When I went to school, there was really no drama. It's a bunch of blue collar guys that like to get greasy and work on cars. So there was really no drama.
Okay.
And then I was in the working world, and I'm noticing, and I'm thinking to myself, like, really? Like, you're complaining about that? You're fussing about this? Why aren't you doing it? And I was just blindsided by the fact that the American adults, okay, now maybe it's slightly because I'm working at a place where it seems to be a little bit more of the immaturity level stays around. And maybe there's different other workplaces where there's more of a mature work culture. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've been at the one place for 5 years. So ever since I got out of college, I've been at one spot. But it's just kind of like gets underneath my skin. I mean, when you look at all the problems in the country, it's stemming from all the immature adults, the adults that don't want to be responsible, that don't want to take what they've done and apologize for it, the adults that don't want to forgive people. The fact that there are people on this earth that literally sit there and they don't trust anyone, and they purposely lie or exaggerate to stir someone else up and watch them to react to uh, false truths.
Fake news.
Nope.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't news.
Okay. Josh News.
Hey. But it's just like they purposely do it. Now, and I've told you guys things that it ends up being wrong. I don't purposely say something wrong.
Right.
But I mean, just the fact that people sit there and they purposely say, and they try to get you to trust them so they can manipulate you. It's just like, what the frick? And then you sit there and, I sit there and I'm looking around and I'm watching everybody do this stupid stuff. And stupid as in like stupid buying power or stupid decisions, or just, it's like, you think of being rebellious, you think of being prideful, you think of being selfish, you think of being what's that other word I'm looking for? Condescending. You see all this and you're just like, high school made me think that stuff was going to stay back in high school. It's like worse when you hit an adulthood. It's like you're sitting there and everybody has the IQ of a fly, and you're the only person sitting there with an actual IQ.
Well, here's the surprise here, Mr. Brewer. Guess what? They all think you have the IQ of a fly, and they have the IQ.
And that's even the scarier part. Anyways, obviously we live in a sinful world.
I can honestly say I've actually never been in a workplace where it's immature. Thankfully,
my place can
yeah.
get like that,
Now,
but not that. It's more of a joking manner.
During happy hour after work, yes. Every workplace I've been at, people can be idiots, but that's out of office but in office, every place I've worked at, I don't exactly have the largest sample pool either. I'll admit. Outside of the university, I've only worked. This is now my third job, my third company to work for. But this honestly might be my last, like the one I stick with for the rest of my life. But benefits are great. But in the office, in meetings, that everyone's real mature, and then outside, it's
So you really know who you're with outside of work.
Yeah, but at least inside of work, it's everything is kept on the up and up, professional. Up. So that's what you've learned, huh? By turning 24?
What I've learned by turning 24
Uh-oh.
is my expectations of adults in society are way too high, and it will never go up; it'll only go down. That's what I've learned.
Okay.
Um, but
You've already answered the what are you learning as you grow older portion of the segment.
what I learned by turning 24.
Yeah.
I've learned that life is starting to fly by a whole lot faster,
Mhm.
and I need to try to cherish all the moments I have more and not take them for granted.
Yep.
Because
Mm.
I still don't even feel like I'm like a year over 21. Like, and I say 21 and I choose it because that's like a milestone, like a mental milestone apart. Like 18 is a milestone, 21 is a milestone. I guess you could say 25 is a milestone, then
That-
30 is a milestone.
I was going to say 25 is really your last milestone until 50.
Okay. So,
Right.
Well,
but-
unless your golden birthday falls between 25 and that then.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Right.
mean, turning 30. Ooh.
but I mean, just
Why are you laughing when I said ooh?
Going back, conversation I had in the early AMs, it was mentioned that 30 is like just kind of where it starts to go downhill. Like, oh,
If you
Wow.
ask Heather, 40 is when it goes downhill.
it's 40. Why is that?
Because
What's happening with her?
well, me and Andy and that we're talking about the last night. It's like at 40, everything starts hurting.
Great.
Like we're saying that
What
as
if I'm already hurting now?
imagine what's going to be like at 40 when like all your joints start hurting.
Crap.
But anyways, back to Brewer. What were you? What have you been?
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Wow. Great insights from Brewer. Great insights.
Mhm.
I mean, that was right there worth the price of admission.
What's the mission?
Admission is listening this far into the episode.
Nice. If you made it this far, good job.
Yes. Made this far and didn't fall asleep in that last segment. But no, that those are things that you learn as you grow up. These are things that you're going to continue to see as you grow up. You're going to see so to be fair, like my mom, she's a lot older than Aaron, a little bit younger than Brewer, fully at least, because Brewer's like an old man, very old
Yeah.
man. But she is now just starting to get to that point where she's realizing how big of idiots people are in general. And how like fake news can spread so easily and how people are willing to stay in their echo chambers and how easy it is to propagate fake news across the web. And it's interesting watching this as the older generation starts realizing this, but the younger generation kind of has grown up in this era. But they've grown up in this era where they can't yet discern what is true and false because they don't have that life experience yet to be like, I'm looking at this and it doesn't make sense. Why would I count this as true or not? You know? And that's something that you learn over time. That's not something that you are innately born with. I don't expect Aaron to be able to look at a situation and critically look at it and think of it as well as someone else who's older. I don't expect Josh to be able to now outside maybe a vehicle. Outside, if we're talking about vehicle or something like that, Josh could probably look at it and diagnose it a lot better and think more critically about it than me or Aaron could. You know, it's just that's where his life experience is at. But I can't expect him to look at a series of news stories and necessarily come to a conclusion saying, this doesn't make sense. Because, and this isn't a knock on either of you guys, you just haven't had that life experience yet. You're younger. You haven't had those experiences of seeing how things filter out correctly and all the way through. It's, in this case, Brewer might mature a little bit faster because now he's living on his own with his wife, with his first kid, a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to start seeing some of those funds in the world as they come up.
I've already seen some funds disappear.
Ba-dum, psh.
Oh, and guess what? More and more is going to disappear.
Oh, I know. I used to come home and I'd literally change my clothes, grab supper, sit on my computer and watch YouTube or play games. And the chance that I sit on my computer now is like once a week.
So-
And usually I end up playing GTA with Aaron and Nico.
Yeah. And
So-
here's the thing, as you get older, more things are happening. It's one of the reasons why I find myself, especially now, less and less playing video games because I want to do more of the art things that matter. You get older and you realize video games, take them or leave them. They're good as a source of entertainment still, but they're not necessary.
Oh yeah.
There are other ways of doing things. That's why, I make time to do Pathfinder on Friday, because that social interaction, even though it's online right now, it's more important to have that social interaction, even if it's not so much the games aspect of it, but just the social side, than sitting behind a screen and we hitting buttons on a controller.
Yeah. And I will say one thing that I do kind of miss when it came to video games is I'd like to play those strategy games that takes like hours upon hours to do. And if I'm home, either I or Amy is messing with Scout to distract him, to keep him occupied, to keep him moving. The other person's doing stuff. So really, the only time I can play those games now are at night when Scout's decided to wind down, and starts to sleep. And even then, I have to pause to make sure that he's not wetting the carpet and that he's getting outside. And at that point, it's just kind of like I'm already burnt out myself. So it's like these long games until Scout gets older and I can trust him to rummage around the house, I ain't playing them.
And there's some new strategy games I was reading, because I was reading about some GPUs that they're benchmarking. Because there's some of these new strategy games that utilize the AI cores of these new NVIDIA cards. So without the AI cores, like a turn, if you just let the CPUs play, one turn would take like 6 to 7 minutes to figure out all of their strategies. But if you use the AI cores, it takes like 50 seconds. So, but there's games out there now where like you would make your turn and then you might have to wait like 6 minutes till it's your turn again. So you'd be able to go and take care of Scout at least during that time.
Right.
As your poor computer's like,
I mean, compared to when I used to play some of these old strategy games on, my computer, it goes pretty quick, but there are times where it bogs down depending on what mod I'm using. But
well, that's what happens.
Yep.
And like I said, again, I've found as I've grown older that I'm valuing more social interaction versus just the game portion. Don't get me wrong, I still play games to relax, but I find I'd like to be productive. I don't like to just sit around and do nothing. There are times when I need to. Don't get me wrong. There are times when I need to. At times where I just need to maybe sit and contemplate and think on things. But there are also times where it's just like, I need to do something productive, because by doing that, I feel like I've at least accomplished something that day. And by accomplishing something, that means, hey, today wasn't a total waste or a failure.
I'm excited for this whole COVID thing to clear up. Because I got a simple rubber charcoal grill. And so now I want to learn all the ins and outs and how to, cook with charcoal and stuff. And I want to grill. And
I thought I heard about this last year too, where he was going to learn to grill.
Yeah. But I got my own grill now. And so I told Aaron, because Aaron's buying mixing materials to make mixed drinks and learn how to
bar utensils.
Yep.
Yay.
Oh, great. That's all we need is Aaron to drink more.
But no, and I told him, I said, this year I want to learn how to make mixed drinks and I want to learn how to grill on a charcoal grill. So
why don't you go to the restaurant and figure it out?
What restaurant?
Charcoal grill.
You didn't see that one coming at all, did you?
No, I did not. No, I did not. I should have.
I'm sorry.
You should have. I saw that one a mile away because I was like, I know exactly where he's going with this one. Because, gee, I wonder. I was sitting there going, are you serious, Johnson?
This is, I guess, another reason how I know I'm getting old. My sister asked, what do I want for my birthday? I was like, well, could be music stuff, but that's all really expensive. And then I was like, I've been looking at bar utensils. Wow, as exciting as that is. And the thing I got excited about is a Y peel. I guess it's called a Y peeler, but it's for like fruits, and you just peel the
skin off.
Yeah. So I got super excited about wanting one of those.
No. Here's how you know you're old.
And I went to bed at 7:30 twice this week.
Wow. Are you sure you don't have the corona?
Oh no.
No, here's how you know you're getting old.
Uh-oh.
When people go, "What do you want for your birthday or
Underwear and
Christmas?"
socks.
Yes.
Talked
You
about
have
that
ran
too.
out of ideas.
I wouldn't. I
When you go, just get me socks.
I thought about because we were talking about. Man, wow, we talked about a lot of stuff early this morning. But yeah, I was like, that's not such a bad gift anymore. Like I would take that and
Welcome.
not be crabby about it.
Welcome, Johnson. You are officially now an
I'm
old
old.
man.
Yes. What am I
He
itching?
wants to give you your birthday spanking now.
Oh, come here, big boy.